What's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is the last day that a couple of people are going to have 10 fingers.
What?
Tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
Tomorrow.
What a way to say Happy 4th of July, everybody. Wow. Wow. Hi. Say hi to people. Hi. Even Romeo knows. Say hi. Say hi, people.
So
Hi.
we're babysitting.
Oh, yeah. Even he knows how to say hi.
Say hello to my only brother, Romeo. He is actually an older brother. He's
He's
a
12.
lot older.
He's older and distinguished. Just how I like him. I don't know what I did. I clearly didn't go older and distinguished.
You're so corny. Let's see what's going on in here.
My next lifetime.
Good morning, Mr. Palmer. How are you? Cancel engine repair. No. This is strictly fireworks related. You have all 10 fingers, so you're good to go. Fun things to do. Text Sparky. Understand? Nope. Strictly 4th of July. I know what Canada Day was. What, a couple days ago? Do you guys have like a UK day? I don't know.
But don't worry. The mister likes to live life on the edge, and as you all know from some of his videos, sometimes we never know. He gets it close with a wire wheel every now and then.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I have pieces
Who
of
knows?
fingers missing, but nothing.
Yeah, he's missing chunks of his hands.
Those are my sunglasses. Yes, I like those sunglasses. I actually went to go order a couple of t-shirts, but she has to, help me out with them because I don't know what colors I need to get. But maybe I will. You know what? I'm not going to show you guys. Hopefully I get it by the next live. Or I'll just wear it during one of my videos. But it is perfect for this channel.
Oh boy. Are these funny purchases or nice purchases?
Both.
Oh Lord.
I think they're funny and I think they're stylistic.
So that means they're ridiculous. But okay.
No, I think they're funny.
Do you think they're ridiculous?
Good morning, Uncle Ed. He only says he needs one finger. Naturally, I could think of the thumbs up, the other one. But then if you
Uncle
only
Ed,
have one finger, how can you
is
fix
it
them?
between the I love you ones?
KCB, happy 4th. Missed you guys last week. Mr. Faust, how are you? Hope all is
guys,
well.
we missed you guys too.
We had was it last week? Did the weather, right? Storm-wise?
You got called in.
Yeah, so
I broke the rule of not selling. It was a weekend. You got called in twice, actually. It was a weekend.
So anyway, things are opening back up here in New York State.
For how long, right? For how long?
I don't know. She could speak on that more than me. I kind of just, you guys know I am with this thing. I kind of turned it off.
One of my girlfriends, who's the ped surgeon in New York, she literally, because she's literally due to have her baby in like 3 weeks, so she had to travel cross country. They didn't want to put her on a plane. She's over now doing peds COVID research at a hospital in California, and we just started opening here. She gets over to California. They are officially back on lockdown now. So she went from opening up over here to now and their ICU numbers are through the roof over there. So we're thinking about them and hope things will soon regain some normalcy again. But I don't think we're going to see a new normal anytime soon.
Yeah. So things are opening back up. A lot of fleets have done nothing, haven't even moved. And some of the other fleets, they would allow us unlock the building or the gate. They would allow us to go into the facilities and service their truck throughout the whole remainder. Some companies did not because, this was before,
why are you shaking?
I guess, I don't know, who did that?
He's nervous talking about you working. I know.
I think, I don't know if it was state or federal, where because of what's going on, they can't repossess or kick you out. So a lot of trucking companies, I guess, fell behind on payments on some of their trucks or vehicles or whatever, and maybe other things in the building or facility that we don't know about. And they locked everybody out, lock and key. But even, I guess, after they established this rule. Some of these buildings still kept us out. So literally, we are just playing catch up. I mean, what do you have, like 5 or 6 skids of batteries delivered? We only do like 2 or 3 a week. So we were literally just going into, facilities, buildings. We weren't even bothered jumping trucks. We were just throwing new batteries in, getting them going, check everything. Yo, why don't you two just get a room? That's freaking disgusting.
He's a King Charles Cavalier. King Charles Cavalier, if you know the story behind them, they guard royalty. He knows who's in charge here.
If you look up the story of King Charles Cavalier, they were used to keep the fleas off of royalty. And number two, how do you know where his tongue has been?
Have you been making him lick you in special places again?
Weird. You better shower after this. So anyway.
Really keep you far away.
So we had to go back in and what's wrong with you?
Oh
no. So anyway, we just had to go back in, kick the cobwebs off, kick the dust, take them for a test drive, free up the brakes. We had 2 or 3 trucks that were sabotaged. I mean, it is what it is. Who did it? Who's responsible? Not my question, not my concern.
I know.
But
Yawn. He's yawning. I think he wants to talk about the giveaway.
Oh yeah, your giveaway. What's going on with your giveaway? No one knows about your giveaway.
Well, before we continue,
you didn't even say goodbye to everybody. Hello to everybody.
Before we continue,
because you're busy making out at the door.
He wants to just let everybody know that since you're here and you're not lurking in the behind the curtains area, like I know some of our viewers like to do without saying hello.
Who cares?
I'd like to just remind you that the giveaway is still going on. We will be announcing the Father's Day giveaway winner on July 18th. And that is for the, you okay over there? That is for our Amazon gift card giveaway. And remember, how that works is this. If you are saying hello to us in the chat, you're automatically entered. If you're watching the replay, you can also say hello in the commentary area. And it's a $25 gift card giveaway to you and another $25 to give to the person who's inspired you on your side hustle, whether it's small engine related or any hustle that you may have, which I have to say, it has been a phenomenal week for the Mrs. Pate. Don't hit me. Don't hate.
Don't talk about money.
I'm not talking about money. I'm allowed to be proud.
We are proud.
I'm proud and counting my blessings. And yeah, so if you also, don't forget, if you talk about in the chat, on a panel, in the commentary area, whoever inspired you to get your side hustle going, your hobby, it's an additional 2 entries. So why not just share? That's a win-win. And remember, if your inspiration, if your person who inspired you is not someone you see any longer or is no longer with us, then the 50 is all yours. And we're just going to go on that Boy Scout, Girl Scout honor system, and we'll go from there. So it's a win-win, fun. It's not our usual Snap-on or Milwaukee or gas can giveaway. It's just a little something we threw in the mix just to have a little bit of fun. Right, Rome? By the way, his name is Romeo. He's a ladies' man.
Wait, so let me get this straight. If you comment on a live,
that's an
entry to win.
Yes, sir.
And then if you tell a story of how you got started in something, anything.
It doesn't have to be engine related, whatever it is.
That's 2 entries to win.
Yes, sir. Because they have to take the time to do it.
That's a lot of you're writing all those tickets, not me.
I have been.
It's your giveaway.
I have, and I have to tell you, the people who have been sharing some of their side hustle stories, they've been really, really nice to read. And
yeah, those
I have
are
to
cool.
tell
I like
you,
that.
when you start writing them, you know, it kind of gives you a little pick me up and go again. You know, when you start sharing your story again, you kind of start saying to yourself, you know, this is nice. You know, I got into this person inspired me, and it gives you a little pep in your step again. Hello, Meek.
Yeah,
say hi across the pond.
You've been jibbing.
Say hello.
We missed a few people.
Say hello to Mick. You say hi to James?
Yes, I did. I said, and then we
Hi,
had
James.
Mr. Fun for a good time, Chris Malendra. Good morning. How are you? Happy 4th of July weekend, Mr. Thomas Andrews. Thank you for taking the time. I know you are very busy. Appreciate you coming on here. This is your absolute weekend.
Thomas is a man who is on his grind right now. On his grind. Maddie. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
Mr. Scott Keller, how are you? Maddie, if you see my half-ass chainsaw video, you're in it. Use a torch to light fireworks. I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
my.
good.
Oh,
Welding
my.
and beer today. Good combination. What are you welding, Mr. Keller? Mr. Mega Dirty Birdie, how are you?
Oh, Ken, we're not going to remind us of any rain squalls or thunder. Somebody is afraid of thunder.
Oh, my God.
We had a few little mishaps even with his thunder vest on.
So he's old, just like her. There's no other way around it. And, with age, you have your issues. Pretty evident.
I'm sorry, we don't all play Xbox all day.
He has congestive heart failure. So he is, you guys know that. So he has to go to the bathroom a lot due to the medication he's on. And then you throw in a thunderstorm on top of that.
That he doesn't quite hear so well right now. So
Yeah,
he
yes,
catches
obviously.
like the end of the boom and it's like, woo!
But
Poor thing.
But that night, I mean, how long have we been in this house? How long have we been in this house?
7 years.
7 years? What was that? The first day we were with him was that thunderstorm. The whole house, out of nowhere, we had this boomer. Oh my God. The whole house freaking shook. It woke us up, the whole house shook. He soiled himself. I mean, it's glad we could laugh at it. He didn't find it funny, but the whole night, oh my God.
Look how he's looking at you. He doesn't appreciate you talking about him right now.
Even though he had his thunder jacket,
he has a
vest.
thunder jacket.
It's like this thing that wraps him around.
It's a compression jacket that they wear. And we were keeping him close. He just was so nervous.
He was still so nervous. He was throwing up. He didn't poop. He pissed a lot. But we tried getting him outside. He went out like 3 or 4 times. He woke us up to go out, but it just wasn't enough for him. Maybe he was just tired.
Thomas, don't worry. Jason was wrapped around my leg in the bed. He gets nervous too, but we soothe him. I take care of all my boys in the house. All my boys. Right?
So as you guys could tell, I think some of you guys commented like hair and no hair. I have a lot of preloaded content, but it's so goddamn difficult.
Language.
It's so difficult to throw my old content up because it's my old setup
with
the microphone and the camera. I mean, listen, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to blow myself up, but she made that right call on getting that camera. As expensive as it was.
Oh my God, are you giving me credit on something?
Yeah, with the microphone. I mean, there's a couple of videos I did. I'm like, OMG, with the F-bomb in between. You know? And then even when I did my lawn care vlog, I'm halfway across the lawn. You guys could still hear me talking. So, I mean, that's pretty good. So, you guys are going to see a couple of videos. Crappy sound, good sound, afro mullet. That's just the way it's going to be.
I think it's kind of neat to see the progression of how things have come along, right?
So we appreciate you guys that hung in with us. We got a lot of comments like, hey, man, glad you worked out the sound. It's like, glad you stayed with us.
It is so funny when on the older videos, someone will say, dude, your sound is terrible. And it's like from a year ago. And it's like, we know.
It's called progression.
Thanks.
It's called progression.
Thanks for the comment and please subscribe. But and I'll be honest, I said it before, finding a new camera setup, if cameras aren't your thing, it's a journey finding one, but he knows giving me a project and an unlimited budget, because he really didn't set a budget. That was a big no-no for me. Don't not set a budget, because I think I kept us pretty reasonable though. Peter. Hi, Peter Keene. Welcome.
Morning, Peter. How are you? Nice
How are you?
Thank you. Okay. I kind of beg to differ, and I will show you guys later in a part 2. And I said it in my commentary that I let my emotions get the best of me, and I
Was this the famous welding job?
Yes, I should have gone back and touched up 1 or 2 spots. Now, even Uncle Ed said, hey man, nice welder. Uncle Ed does a great job welding. He has a Lincoln as well. His is older, but doesn't make a difference. So his is set up just a little bit differently. I thought it was beyond frustrating. I don't want to give away the part 2 of the video, but that lawnmower is practically at this point now a labor of love. I mean, I put up there that I spent $1,500 on it, right? If you guys been here since the get-go, during the spring sprint, remember I bought all that equipment from that guy for $1,500, and he was like, oh, just take this lawnmower free. So I'm like, whoa, this thing has a blade clutch. Hello? This is like $300. I'm not even going to think twice. I didn't even pull the cord. I'm like, here we go, pal. Load it. Let's load it in, before he changes his mind. Because once it goes in the truck, because sorry, the tailgate's closed, I'm whistling and blowing smoke out the door. See you later. Love you. Bye. Lo and behold, now you know why it was free. I just thought, keyword thought, oh, it just needs maybe a carb clean, that switch repaired. I did not see that damage on the deck. 2 cracks. And then once I dive deeper, right, because I have to clean every machine before I go, I found another hole. So 2 cracks and 1 nice size rust hole. And what I don't understand, in a sense, is why and how I kept burning through the deck. I mean, listen, those welds are absolutely atrocious until I established a solid metal base. And then from there, I was able to throw it on a decent bead, grind it down like it was never there.
Bye, Maddie.
Miller's at work, Uncle Ed. I have a Miller at work.
I will say the Mister is and I get it. I have a friend whose husband is all he does for a living. Bye, Betty. All he does for a living is welding. It is
I don't
intense.
weld as much as I used to.
It is intense. I understand.
They stopped.
But what I will say is this one over here, he is the crankiest welder you will see in this neck of the woods. He is not a happy man when he's welding. And I can truly say, I think if you started doing it again more often like you used to be very calm when you used to do it.
But welding at work, you can't apply to welding here at the house.
Some your water.
We have a huge welder, Miller welder on a roll cart, gas fed. We're welding a lot thicker metal. So it's almost impossible to burn through the metal compared to here where we have, really hate to say it, like pot metal, junk, garbage, thin, doesn't have anything. So, you kind of have to just, it doesn't look good on YouTube or for Instagram. You literally just have to tack weld every step of the way. And I don't know if you guys seen, listen, Musty One just released a video on him doing the same thing. Man, did his welds look a whole lot better than mine. He did not have the same issues that I had. So I don't know, as far as, is it the welder? Is it me? Is it just the mower? I mean, I was aggravated because, like I said, that lawnmower became a labor of love. And then part 2, we're going to go even further into it. And I didn't even get to part 3 yet. I'm kind of dreading this. This lawnmower has a blade clutch. This thing's worth a lot of money. But once you throw in welding, once you throw in grinding, once you throw in the repairs, I mean, now it doesn't become for profit. It becomes for you guys and, for the mower's sake. I mean, if this was any other lawnmower, if this was any other lawnmower, forget about it. But those total personal paces, do hold their value. And I did mess up. I thought I had a couple of things in stock that I could move around with this thing, and I don't. So, I mean, this thing is, you guys will see later on in the video. I definitely dropped the ball on this one. I feel.
And I'd like to also state for the record that it's not that I am afraid to weld with him. I would just like to weld with a helmet and proper protective gear. We'll leave it at that.
Do you really want to talk about this?
No, because I think that at the end of the day, if you have someone who is a professional welder and someone who's a educator, if I'm not comfortable welding without some type of protective gear, I don't think it's asking for too much.
So this video was severely edited because to try and save time, okay, I wanted to hold the mower deck in place. And all I wanted her to do was to throw a tack on there to hold it, and I would finish the rest. Lord have mercy. Was that the most biggest, drawn out, played out, exaggerated step ever?
One little tap was not holding it.
You wanna be part of Pat Tasty Furnace? You wanna take credit for certain things? Just squeeze. All she had to do was close her eyes and squeeze the trigger. That's all she had to do. As soon as she heard a bzz, that's it, you're done. Oh my God.
And Mark, so that's what I did. I gave him one of those.
Didn't even know.
It didn't hold.
You didn't hold. You missed it completely. And then
I said, well, what if I hit your hands? Envision it and don't.
You can't hold it. I'm holding the metal like this. You're right down the middle. How are you going to? Forget it. I ended up sending her inside where she belongs.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to make a very bold statement right now.
Go for it.
There is nothing, and I know this because I'm going to be 40 years old, and I've been on my own since I was 17. There is nothing that when I put my mind to it, and you can't deny me of this, there is nothing that I don't put my mind to that I'm not good at. It's my personality. You show me how to do something, and if I have what I need to do it, I can do it. You tell me how to half tushy something, and I don't feel comfortable doing it, no siree, I'm putting my foot down. That's just how it works. You show me how to do something correctly, I'll do it. What's my motto? I'll do it, and I'll do it better than you. Should we say hedges? I smoke you at doing the hedges.
First and foremost, obviously opposites attract. We have two different envisions and styles on certain things. I do not like curved hedges. I do not like hedges like we have set up at the house now where there's space in between. I like privacy. I like division. So I want our hedges to be grown in.
Understood.
So it's solid. Okay. And I want box. They are called boxwoods.
But there's also
box. We go to Rhode Island. We see these beautiful homes in Rhode Island where Lucky is from. Okay. And what do they have? They have nice box hedges that are like a perimeter and a fence. So please tell me that
you're missing it. You don't have uniformity though. You miss fine details.
No, you wanted them curved.
But if we went boxed, you don't unilaterally do things. You are kind of like, you get in like Edward Scissorhands. I do things with precision. Now, at the end of the day, if you look at the $1 Million Homes by the Water by Us, the box look is going out.
Who cares?
I like to keep up with the times of what's going on with the Shore by Us. That's why I like the curved look. But whatever, let's take out the look, whether it's box or curved. I like when things are uniform. Details. Hi, Ridware.
All right, so KCB, I made a bracket with self-tapping screws and rubber paint. All right, so here is the deal. Somebody commented on my video as well, and they said the same thing. Now, I absolutely would do that. That is the easier way, right? But if this lawnmower, if you're going to resell this lawnmower for a profit, you really don't want to give away that the deck has been welded, because two, what other issues later down the line is it going to have? If it's already over here, why is it not going to happen over there? Number two, you guys see what I go through when I sell a lawnmower or anything. Listen, if I put that bracket on the inside or the outside, they're going to see it like, hey, this doesn't look normal. That's why I only chose to weld on the outside of the mower, not on the inside. Okay, shiny new metal on a mower, that's a dead giveaway. So that's why I decided to kind of like treat it like, almost, I really hate to say it, like an older car. You want it to be seamless, you want it to be smooth, you want it to be there as if it was never welded in the first place. But like I said, to cut that bracket, how about this? Throw a weld, join it, put a bracket in there, zip screw it in, and then throw a bead around that. I mean, that's phenomenal. If that was my lawnmower, that is probably the route I would have went, probably on the outside. I would never do the inside because I'm afraid of, grass falling on the inside. They would prohibit that. But then who knows? Obviously the bracket would be a lot easier. Because it's for a flip, I just couldn't go that route because I feel like, hey man, listen, the deck's been repaired. There's a piece of bar stock there or whatever. If you guys check out this guy on Instagram. He is a small engine shop. I think he's in Florida. I just want to make sure I get his handle right. Watching him makes me like, if she gets me a nice sized garage, maybe we'll do it.
Mommy's working on it.
Okay. His Instagram handle is Bergen's Garage.
B-U-R.
Yep, B-U-R.
Sorry.
B-U-R-G-I-N, S, garage.
Comma or period?
Hyphen, I'm saying. Garage. Yep, actually, I'm sorry. He's in Tennessee. So this guy here, he bought one of those homemade, not you can say homemade, but you can get plants for a CNC machine, then you build your own. He built his own machine, and one, he's a phenomenal welder, and two, his deck repairs are out of this world, and his deck repairs that most people would throw away because he has the CNC machine, he is saving a lot of people money and making himself a lot of people money. Definitely check him out on Instagram. He's from Tennessee. Easy. Cut them down and put up a fence. We did that in the backyard. And then we put up trees anyway. Curves, but not too curved when you run your hands down. KCB, I don't have any welding equipment. Okay. So listen, I didn't have any welding equipment either. You guys know I like good deals.
Yeah.
I paid $100 for my welder off of Letgo. It worked. And that was it. I mean, that welder has paid for itself, 10 times over. I've only had it for 2 years. And this was another discussion we had between me and her, was somebody came up the driveway and they needed me, to weld something. Just a muffler on a snowblower. And it was like, what do you charge? Do you have to store the welder, you have to purchase it. It's none of their business how much that welder costs. You have wire, you have electricity. I have my nice helmet. I'm very big on safety. I know sometimes you guys don't.
I do love your helmet.
Feel it. Mega Dirty Birdie.
He's on Instagram.
I don't know if he's on YouTube. I will double check.
The one we gave you is an Instagram handle for him. So he'll look on YouTube too.
No, he's not on YouTube yet, but he did buy, I was speaking to him, he bought cameras. So he's thinking about putting his work on YouTube. Once he does, I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, if you guys are on Instagram, definitely check him out. Some really good stuff. So anyway, if you guys have a welder, right, what would be your minimum charge to roll it out, plug it in, prep the surface, throw a couple of welds down, and, make sure it's good to go after the fact. You just can't leave raw metal, so you have to paint it. So obviously I welded the muffler on, stripped it down, threw a coat of exhaust paint on it, and reinstalled it. I mean,
And can you
He
tell the
was
gentleman
so-
about how long something like that took you?
Just to play it safe, half hour, because believe it or not, exhaust paint dries pretty fast. He was so adamant on fixing his instead of replacing it. I said replacing would have been cheaper, but people don't want to listen or don't want to wait. That's not my decision.
Yeah.
So, and the guy was happy. I mean, he came back
and
later on for a service, so it's not like I overcharged him.
we're definitely curious to hear your thoughts, because the Mister and I tend to
We're different.
we differ.
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you. Again, I know we don't talk money, but I've been successfully running a side business of my own of the 19 years I've been in my career. I would say I'm going on almost 15 years of that, doing a side business. My rule of thumb is you have an hourly rate for whatever your hobby is. And no matter how much of that time you take of that hourly rate, there is a set fee that he should charge just to have it on his table, have it in the driveway, whatever it is. And he can apply that towards the fix. Or whatever his hourly rate is, that is what you charge. Whether it took him a half hour, 40 minutes, 15 minutes, it's the hourly rate. And that's what I would tell anyone who has a extra hobby. And here's my rationale. It took a half hour instead of an hour, and you have an hourly rate. Guess what? You will never walk into a box store or small mom and pop store and walk up to them and say, I need this welded right now, please. There's no small box store by us that you're ever going to walk in and they're going to turn around and do it for you instantly. And you're going to get it back in a half hour. You know what they're going to tell you by us? Drop it off. You can have it back in a couple days, a week, 2 weeks. That's what you're going to get by us, no matter what season you're in. So
Unless you're a professional. They'll rush you ahead.
And they'll still make you come back the next day. You're not getting it back the same day. So I feel charging your hourly rate for a half hour's worth of work is more than fair. What do you guys think? I always tell him, as I tell him to tell his buddies, you guys have a skill. Not everybody can do what you guys do. Value yourself. You're worth something.
So this was this is also another point. My buddy was coming up the driveway a while ago, maybe like 2 years ago, and it just happened to be somebody at the
Kohler,
same time.
I think that's very fair. James, absolutely. I agree.
Somebody at the same time came up the driveway, and they just needed me to throw a bead on something, really, really quick. And I threw a bead on it really quick. The guy's like, how much? I'm like, don't worry about it. Have a nice day. My buddy lost his SHIT / mind. Nothing is free. You don't work free, yada, yada, yada. So he has a hobby just like me. But you guys seen it. He's on my channel. He's the one who helps me out on Mandingo. If he has to drag out his welder, bare minimum shop fee, 100 beans. Sorry. And he says the same thing. Obviously, he actually has a couple of welders, but doesn't matter. He has to store these. He says I have to wire them. I have to keep gas them. I have to maintain them. I have to service them. It's like they take up a lot of real estate, especially the one that he has to drag around in a cart compared to the smaller ones.
James, you just made a statement, and my friend whose husband's been doing this for his profession for 36 years now, you just said it. Welding is a dying art. She said her husband said there are so few younger gentlemen coming into this line of work now that actually have been formally trained. He goes, they are in such demand for people who can weld. They really are. They really are.
So Mega Dirty, where are you from? So I used to do free diagnostic too, but then I stopped. Now I have a minimum $25 fee. I will not look at your machine unless you give me $25. Because I feel if you give me $25 and I know you are serious, semi-serious about repairing your machine, when I used to do free, diagnostics, you'd have to see some of the stuff that people would bring me. And I ended up owning a lot of equipment because it was just literally garbage. Now it's like, would you $25. I even used to, we spoke about this before, but you're new, it's okay. I even used to help people fix their machine, but not even tell them what to do. Guy come up, hey, listen, man, I want to look at my lawnmower is doing this, it's doing that.
Mega, I knew that because I remember you telling you once I needed you to swim across the water for me.
I can't remember everything.
Thomas Andrews, wash your hands and have a good time. We'll see you in a few.
But so I gave this guy what I thought potentially the issue would be. And the guy went away, did what I thought it would be, came back and then wanted me to fix the lawnmower at a discount because I gave him bad advice because the thing what I thought might be the issue didn't repair his machine in the first place. Did I lose my mind? And obviously he's not welcome back here anymore. So anyway, back to that exhaust. I charged him $80 to weld his exhaust back up, uninstall the exhaust, clean up all the metal, weld it back together, strip it down to bare metal, paint it, and reinstall it. $80. He had a snowblower back that day for the storm for tomorrow. And he could have used his snowblower the way it was. He was just, whatever. If you don't want to listen to me, I don't care. Price per job for smaller jobs. Yeah, absolutely. So Will Higgs, right? So obviously, but what is your bare minimum for welding, right? Because I feel that there's a shop minimum for maybe something like labor, but then I feel like welding potentially is something different because it's actually a piece of equipment that you have to physically, buy, maintain, store. It's not a wrench where you could just sit it in your toolbox and when it's time to use it, you could pack it away for another day. I mean, a welder, it's profound. It takes up space. You got to plug it in, hook up electricity. You got to buy wire for it. Or if you had gas, new tips. We're just talking out.
And Will, is this your real picture? I love it. I love me a cowboy. I love it. Very nice.
Gotta rather watch.
Where are you from?
So welding here.
That's
by
wonderful,
us,
Tim.
is a very lucrative career. One, if you go into your own business, or two, if you actually get maybe like a state or municipal. They actually have a union where you just weld. I don't know what it's called, but those guys do very well for themselves. And then if your son even wants to go bigger than that, then you could become a steam fitter, which is like HVAC and piping, and they do a lot of welding too. In the oil fields down south, you guys can go on YouTube, you guys can go on Instagram, Facebook. You got to see what some of these, you got to see the welding rigs these guys have. And I want to do like a welding rig theme on Mandingo, but she doesn't want anything to do with it. She wants to keep the original bed on there. She doesn't want to put something else on there. Good morning, Mr. Will Garage. How are you?
Also to add in, where they do make a lot of money, and you could probably speak more eloquently. I have a friend who is in the Navy, and what he does when he's not being deployed, he actually deploys on an oil rig. And if you weld on these oil rigs, I mean, they're gone for like 6-8 months at a time. But I will tell you, in talking to this guy's wife, he comes home. I mean, he's home for them 4 straight months of the year, but he's out to sea like 6 to 8 months of the year. They do very well for themselves. Very well for themselves.
We have a technical question coming up. With that being said, let me get you guys up on the panel. We haven't seen you guys in like a week. Though we did. Well, here's the funny part, right? She did not want to run the live on her own.
No, I didn't say that. You didn't give me the option. Whoa. I have no
I come home from work and she's on Twisted Yates Live.
No. He dashed into the bedroom. Like, he got up. I thought he was going to use the bathroom because it was like, 3:30 in the morning? And all of a sudden he was like, hey, I got called into work. To me, I was like, I didn't know if it was 3, 4 in the morning, 5. Because we get up at like 5, if not earlier, every day. And he goes, we can't do the live today. And I'm going into work now. So all I did was I just responded like, okay, because it was 3:30 in the morning. I have no issue. Please, you guys, when I hijacked the channel that day to do a giveaway, I have no issue with doing the live. But hold on, guys. Wait. So Will, this is you, and you're in Sparky's land too. So Sparky, you've got cowboys over by you?
He's so stupid.
Hey now.
Oh,
Hey now. I like a
Give me
good
a second.
cowboy.
Your dog's sitting as well. Guess what? We're dog sitting as well.
The Indiana Jones hat.
Hey.
The Indiana Jones hat.
I like it.
No, we're dog sitting as well, but this one is a puppy. He likes nipping, likes biting.
I
But
like it.
somebody's training her to stand at the door, go outside with a lead, and then literally every 5 minutes get treats. Somebody's done that. And it's not good because she's not doing anything outside. She's just literally wants to go outside, come back and get a treat. So not good.
Their little guy, he drags his lead around when he wants to go. We call it for a W. Because if I say the whole word, he freaks out. Oh, what a sweetheart. How old is he?
Oh dear, what is it, Joey? Now I can't remember. Well, about 4 or 5. Yes, about that way. But the problem is, people have been teaching her bad habits, and then when we get to look after him in the proper manner, we can't do it.
Oh, what a sweetheart! Yeah, no, he's 11. I mean, we've been watching him for years. So as long as we've been in the house, but it's just a little harder now as he gets older because we've seen the progression of.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get old. I mean, I had dogs all growing up too, but when they get older, it's so hard to watch.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I've got something to tell you, right? Something funny, right? You were talking about welding, right? I did my welding thing about 17, 18 at a place called St. John's Welding School in Lincolnshire. I did all mine nearly 3 years on a Friday. Fantastic school. But the problem is, you see, I did welding for free for about 3 months after that. I said, stop this. I'm going to charge. And literally, I started charging £45. I haven't changed that. I do MIG, gas, and arc welding. I do a little bit of TIG, but I got fed up with not charging some people like little jobs, you know what I mean? Like on a car or anything like that. I got fed up with it. So I started charging. And everyone started me, oh, you can't charge us. We're family and friends. I don't care. I'm not sitting here doing your job for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And everyone's like, hello, Twisted.
You didn't hit your nose.
Hey, who's got YouTube open?
YouTube on.
Oh, Twisted's got YouTube on. There you go. Oh boy, error.
So now, Sparky, no more welding on car stuff, or just in general?
I do it for the household because I build like metal racks. I still do things, but I've got like 4 racks to build here, and I make my own brackets. I prefer it's stronger than the cheap brackets. You know what I mean? I like to do my own stuff, so it's not bad. I mean,
doing it at like your pace, not
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back into full time, but my back's killing me these days.
So here we go. We have a question here. We'll go with the push mower. He wants to know, do you guys go into replacing the crank on a push mower? Would you do it, or would you try and swap it out for something else?
Touch your head, Thomas.
Oh, stop.
Hello, Lucky. Hello, East Coast, Scotty. Everyone in chat. I'm here.
Or I wouldn't.
Crank swaps. I think it's just too much time. And you can get a push mower
Hello,
for
Lucky.
$25, and you can have it on your merry way.
Thomas, you got a little feedback, love.
What?
I think the YouTube's just open up.
Yeah, East Coast, yes. Definitely.
I'm gonna pour that.
Okay, we're good? Good.
Hey, Jason, on your last video, the mower that you was mowing with,
Yeah.
the one that you did the head gasket on,
Yeah.
you know, if you watch that video back, whenever you go and engage, you're hearing a chirping.
Yeah.
Okay, that I'm going to say is your head is probably warped. You probably should have milled that head before you put your new gasket on.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're talking. I wasn't sure if you're talking about my sprinkler head leaking or.
No. The all you got to do is take it to your Napa store or something like that, or take it back off and set it on a piece of glass, and you'll see if it's warped or not. And they can mill just that to clean it up and put it back on, and you should not have them problems no more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you'll build power too.
Yeah. Like I said, the lawnmower is back to having phenomenal power, but yeah, I'll definitely take a look at the chirp. I wonder if that's, and maybe if I need to adjust the belt or something, but yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I mean, when I pulled that head off, I mean, you just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, it looks good. Put it back in, and see you later. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, you can generally just set it on a piece of glass, or if you got a glass table at home,
yeah,
just set it on the table, and if it moves on the table, it'll show you that it's got a slight warp, and you just sand it down, and you'll be good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send it off somebody to hot rod it a little bit. I don't know. I do need a few more ponies. I do need a few more ponies out of that engine, as you guys could tell. It's not enough.
Jason, you can also take a Sharpie and color that head in.
Yeah.
And just do a figure eight a couple of times on a piece of 1,000 grit sandpaper on a piece of glass. And it'll tell you if you have any high or low spots in there. It'll take the Sharpie off on if it's smooth all the way across, or even all the way across, it'll show up instantly. If you have a little bit of a warp or anything or a little burn mark, it'll show up, and you can keep doing that until you get it good and flat.
Okay.
What a neat trick.
Yes.
That's cool.
I like that.
Very cool.
A piece of granite is the best way to do it. Color it in and keep running across that granite, because that granite's super, super fine, and it'll actually put hash marks back in your head for a sealing surface.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an easy fix. As soon as I heard that video and I heard that chirping, it was like, yeah, that's still leaking.
Not as bad. There's no more popping. There's no more popping. And it starts up with ease now.
Right.
That can go back and retorque your head again.
Yeah, that was going to be my next step, because this is my second mow, I think. Yes, my second mow with it, so I wanted to go down and double torque the head gasket. Granite or marble tile works too. Yep.
So,
perfect.
I mean, I know this is going to sound silly, but you know how home. Hey, you know what? The sillier question is the one not asked.
I know.
I know exactly what she's going to ask.
At Home Depot, you know how they sell the little or they give you when you're shopping for countertops, the little slabs of granite or marble. Can he do it right on one of those?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Every time I go to Home Depot and I look at the countertops, they're always willing to give me free samples.
Get a marble cutting board.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on it.
Yep.
I'll make sure I pick out one I like.
Just be careful with them, because they will break and crack.
Okay.
We use we use granite slab in the oven to put pizzas on. That's what we use, our granite one. So we put pizzas on it. It's easier.
Years back, I actually had a piece where they cut out of a sink.
Yeah.
And I had that for a long time. And
Blow us a kiss, Scott.
So what were you saying before we cut off Uncle Ed?
Sorry, I had to make sure he wasn't a predator.
What the hell's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Is that breakfast pizza?
That's what it is, with liver.
With what?
Liver.
Oh God.
You're crazy. You're crazy, Mr. Briggs.
Liver and bacon.
No, nothing.
Ed, when we got round ones cut out, we kept the granite top of it. So literally, we use it for the oven. Literally, it's the best pizza stone I've ever had.
Oh, okay. I like pizza on the barbecue. I'm a huge barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love.
Why? What's wrong with liver?
I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, we had liver and onions all the time from my grandfather. He made it every time we were over. But I don't know. I don't want. I mean, there's only so many ways to make it. I guess I just don't have a love for it.
Liver is a body's oil filter. I will never eat it.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Do you like pork chops?
Actually, ever since I had my gallbladder taken out, I can't digest it. So no, I don't do pork chops either. Nope.
I like good old fish and chips, or I prefer fish and chips, the English style, I'm afraid.
And now what makes it English style?
Well, it's really crispy and it's got full of flavor, and the fish is this big.
Now, my mother, God rest her soul, she would have been all about that. She loved, like, here in the States, when we got, like, Long John Silver, and they had the fish and chips, I remember being in college, and I didn't, live at home in college, but I had my own apartment, and she used to have me bring it, because there was a Long John Silver by the college. I used to have to go bring it, drop it off to her, because she loved Long John Silver. But she loved fish and chips. Loved it. So it's hard to get good fish and chips here in the States. Like, usually a pub would have good fish and chips by us. But the restaurants try, but the fancier the restaurant, the more they mess it up.
We're finally unlocked here now, except for the little things like the swimming pools, not all locked, but the salons, pubs, hotels are open. So yeah, officially today. Let the Looney Tunes start, as they say.
Now help me out. What's haggis?
Sheep's intestines.
Oh, mega. Oh, all right, Scott.
Sheep's guts.
Haggis?
Anything you can go for.
Now, how do you eat that? With like onions and.
You boil it. It contains sheep's plucked mince, onions, oatmeal, sweets, spice, salt mix. You've got them all in that kind of thing. Its stomach's lined as well. Yeah, it's quite. I don't eat it, but I can cook it and make it.
Is that considered like a delicacy?
It's a Scottish thing. It's really easy to make, easy to cook.
Okay. Now I have to ask Scott, where do you even get a place that'll make you liver and bacon pizza?
You drop off a pound of liver for them, and they put it on for you.
Oh.
Actually, this is deer liver.
Oh my! I mean,
it's
I'm not
Bambi.
Fun because I've never tried it. You can't knock it till you try it. But...
Yeah, you've got Bambi's liver.
You got pineapple on that pizza too?
What's that?
So you got pineapple on that pizza too?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say.
Hey, I'm a redneck. Leave me alone.
I was gonna say, is there any Italian in you, Scott? I'm gonna say no, right?
Is there what? Italian?
Yeah, no.
I'm German, Irish, Italian, and Welsh in English. And but that's all right. I got a wedding invitation in the mail, and I'm gonna be over in from my second cousin that's in old mixed territory.
Oh, are you gonna say it's Sparky's?
Yeah, no chance here. No chance.
No, I'm gonna stay with my cousin. Why would I stay with him?
Oh, just hanging out with everyone. Now, when's the wedding?
December. So I might we're going to go over there and bug some people.
Very nice, very nice. So December is a busy month. It's my birthday also. So Scott's going over to Mix in December for a wedding. You're going to get all gussied up?
Yeah, he was trying to.
I might.
Scott's cousin's getting married over in the UK.
Oh.
So he's got a wedding to attend.
That's if this COVID crap ain't unless this COVID crap ain't over.
Well, Leicester's
No,
got locked back
that's
down
true.
again. Well, Leicester got locked back down again. Leicester did in the UK, and a couple of Western Supermare did. So yeah,
But I, you got two acres, right, in your driveway.
Oh,
If you'll eat hot dogs, if you'll eat spam, you're eating liver.
It ain't that.
No, I love hot dogs. I don't eat spam and liver. Nah, someone would never have to tell me what it is.
he tries a lot of things as long as he doesn't know what it is, and he smothers them in ketchup.
Wait a second. You got grossed out when I was drinking V8 juice. What's with that?
We love Mr. Briggs in the UK.
There you go, brother.
Yeah, he's on you. He's on you.
That means you got to get a T-shirt. You got to start making T-shirts.
I got 50 of them. No one's bought any yet.
You got to sell them. You got to put them up.
I'm going to.
Oh my. Oh my. Casey says, I have another Toro with blade break. It was going on a red Craftsman deck, but I found a really nice Husqvarna deck engine. Is waiting on for the rest to see how it turns out. Casey, you find more things. God bless you. You are a lucky, lucky man.
I got I blew up my rear engine rider's transmission last week. I could give you that engine there, Jason, for your walk behind.
What size engine is it?
12.5 horsepower Kawasaki.
Nah, the 9 would bolt on. They're saying that anything bigger than the 9 won't work with the deck. Believe me, or else I just go to Harbor Freight and get a V-twin.
It's a Kawasaki with electric start. It would bolt right on there.
Well, didn't you say you like Hondas, Jason?
Oh, is that?
Didn't you say you like Hondas?
Yeah, exactly.
I know there's a 20 horse that really mow that grass.
Yeah, exactly. I probably have to put a throttle cable on that.
Thomas, I agree.
Buffalo is good to eat.
Yeah, you've had buffalo before.
Maybe a burger.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Buffalo is awesome.
I can
There's
never
a-
tell the difference.
There's a bar around here. There's a bar around here that sells buffalo hamburgers.
Yeah, there's that Buffalo farm too that sells the steaks and all that. You can go right in there to the butcher shop and get them.
Well, there used to be like an exotic restaurant where you can get
Mystery meat pizza.
where you can get like crocodile and all that weird stuff, but we never bothered with that. Nah, I'm a very picky eater.
If you like seafood, you'd like alligator. It's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, make me prime minister. I'll give you all the liver you want. Bring over by the as long as I can add the paycheck to go with it. Then I can delete emails like Hillary.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Yep.
That was good.
What do you think, Lucky? Would you like him as your prime minister? He's got no comment.
Wait, where did he say? Oh, it's for
Mr. Briggs for prime minister. I can see that on the shirt. There we go.
There you go. Hey, then I can visit Mick every week. that would be a riot if I just all of a sudden beat on his door while he was doing one of his live streams.
Is that all right? You get him in a shoe shed.
Hey, you never know. I might bang on your door one of these mornings. You never know. I might just sneak up there, take a Friday off, and sneak up there. And when you're doing your live stream, go.
Yep.
That would drive.
We have a really nice welcoming gift for you. It's called a cyclone.
It's called a cyclone. Waiting for you, Scott.
Hey, I got a CC permit. You want to go down that road? I got a CC permit.
Absolutely. Send it over, Thomas.
A 5 point. Come on. Hey, you wouldn't do that. Especially if I brought a little wiggle little baby with me. I'm quite sure your wife would have something to say about that.
Oh, that's it. So now you're baiting me.
Oh, Lord. But what was it? You were working on your wife's car, right? I have to do a lot of work on my Honda now. I have to. It's kind of embarrassing. I already got my first box of one of many from Rock Auto.
I thought I had a delivery, but when you see the blue and white label, it's not for you. So.
Oh, wait, my favorite part. Hold on, let's see what I got. Hold on. You know Rock Auto, right? We don't care what's in here. Do you guys collect?
Yeah, right. They always give you 50 stickers and or magnets.
Yeah, I like these. I don't collect these, but I look forward to it. If I get a box from Rock Auto,
Their
and they don't
parts
have
are
it,
made in Mexico.
I'll complain if I don't get my magnet in my part order.
I got 10 of them last order I put in.
Yeah.
I've got about 50 of them on my refrigerator.
Yeah, I think I maybe 10 or 11.
I got the Jeep. They gave me 3 of the same ones. It's like, come on, you're gonna give me a bunch of them or so. Give me different ones, not 10 of the same ones.
Like a variety.
Oh, you know what, Uncle Ed? Have you ever heard of this company called Proford? Apparently they're better than Moog suspension wise.
I've heard of them. I've never used any of their stuff.
Because I have to do suspension work on the Honda, and I went to go through Rock Auto. It has like economic, blah, blah, blah. And, it had heavy duty Proford. And I was actually going to order the Proford for the Honda, but they didn't have one of the tie rods in stock, and they weren't getting it in stock. So I'm like, I'm just going to go move it all the way up. I don't like mixing for some reason. But I was just curious. I've never heard of Proford, because I don't deal with it on a daily basis,
Yeah, usually Moog parts, though, is pretty hard to beat because usually they're the top parts.
Yeah, Moog is
They're
good.
the best.
I heard that Moog kind of fell off a little bit, which,
It is.
they got to remain economical to an extent, but I don't mind. You still pay Moog prices. It's not like they're cutting it back and giving you, that price that they cut back. I mean, I still wouldn't mind paying a premium price for, a premium product, Do it once. I don't want to do it again, especially on the Honda.
Right.
The tie rod ends, if you don't have the right tools, they're saying you have to pull the rack and pinion out.
You're going to have your head rebuilt when you pull the head off?
What was that?
When you pull the head off the Honda, you're going to have it rebuilt?
No. So I ended up putting the head gasket fix in there, and it worked. I'm over 1,000 miles on it. No problems. I'm not pulling the head off. If we were going to pull the head off and do it right, send the head out, new water pump, all the gaskets, the whole nine. Just in parts and labor to get the head done, you're looking at $600-700. I can get a low mileage JDM engine for I think $550. So if I'm going to go through all that effort, I might as well kind of start all over again. That's how I felt. The Honda has 160,000 miles on, which is not a lot for a Honda.
I told you before, come up to my house. I've got one sitting in my backyard that was rolled with 25,000 miles. You could take the whole drivetrain out.
Yeah, I don't need the whole drivetrain though. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna let you have it for $300. Motor, tranny, it all with 22,000 miles, matching motor and tranny.
I can't.
What are you? That would make zero sense not to take both. Because you take the motor, go up there and put it in. Yep, I'm good. 1,000 miles later, it would go boom. Your tranny would go, and Mrs. Pate would be saying, "I told you so," or something. He told you so. Why not take that? Why not? I mean, you could come up there, settling torch, cut, boom, boom. Take the engine lift the body off, take the whole drivetrain, axles off, drop in the back of your diesel hog there, and bring it back.
No, I'm good on the Honda for now. I got to just do a couple of things. You guys are going to see a couple of videos on. I got to do tie rod end, RPV compressor on
You
there.
can sell that tranny in there for $1,000. The one that's in yours.
Yeah. I got to do the AC compressor, and you have to drop the subframe to get to it, but I think I'm going to cheat and see if I could snake it out. What else? What else I got to do?
Kansas Pro Forge is more for muscle cars.
Oh, Pro Forge more. Oh, okay. I mean, if you look at the pictures on Rock Auto, just have it for your vehicle.
Wayne, New Jersey.
If you go look at, they look beefier, and then they advertise that it has the same lifetime warranty as Moog, but they just couldn't. I would have done a video. I would have got my Pro Forge from Rock Auto, and then I would have went to my local advance and I would have gotten moved, and then I would have did a comparison video on YouTube for you guys to make that decision. But it didn't work out that way. So it is what it is. I got a check engine light to take care of too because I messed up the Honda on my own. You guys know about that, right? Did I tell you guys about that? No, she maybe. Did you rat me out?
No, but I need to get your Honda inspected, so I'd like you to please get that
So
going.
listen, we do slow engine work, right? We get bad gas. It happens. So instead of saving me a trip, right? On the Saturn, right? I used to pour the bad gas into the freaking car.
There
But I
is
wouldn't-
such thing as overdoing it.
I wouldn't pour a lot, just a little bit here and there. The Honda had a quarter tank of gas, and I filled it up, a quarter tank of bad gas, and my goal was on my way to work around the block, I would just fill up at the gas station and go to work. I didn't even make it down the block.
Ouch.
I didn't even make it down. I said, no way. The thing sputtered, died, the home run. I couldn't get it started. So I just walked back to the house and I took Mandingo to work. I came back and I put fresh. I filled up half a tank because that's all with premium in there. And I put Seafoam and then I put Lucas in there. And I still couldn't get it started. So what we had to do was I had to hit it with go-go juice, and she, put the pedal to the metal until it kind of cleaned itself out. So after that, I had a check engine light, and it went into like a D rate. If I went past a certain RPM, it would shut down on me. I have to turn the car off, put it in neutral, restart it, and keep going. All over time fixed itself, and I thought, yay, let's get this. Like, we're done, we're free and clear. And it was a hard code. So, sometimes on a check engine light, the check engine light will go away. Since it's a hard code, it wouldn't go away. I cleared the check engine light, and now I'm back to square one, where now it shuts down after a certain speed in RPM. So now I have to dig a little deeper because I'm an idiot. And from now on, I will be throwing all my gas away. I will not be recycling. What a difference from a Saturn.
I told you so.
Hey, Jason.
I'm surprised she didn't kill you when you blew grass against her car when you were mowing in your last video.
She ratted me out. Why would you say that?
Hey,
I
Jason.
saw that.
I'm at the point with that car, he could do whatever he wants to it. The new car is going to be another story.
You're gonna have to tear
Hey,
the
Jason,
whole
I just had a guy tell me Thursday to get rid of a check engine light. He took a real fine drill bit and drilled down through it and into the bulb instead of fixing it.
So you know what? Here's the deal. Our state inspection's pretty rigorous. They actually hook up a computer. And if your check engine light is, if you clear your check engine light, obviously the computer's not reset. They'll fail you automatically. You cannot have your check engine light illuminated on for state inspection. And you have to have, I think, 4 out of the 6 radius monitors, ready. If you have more than if you have less than the 4, you fail automatically.
Oh yeah, New York is
They're
put it
strict.
this way, they're pricks. How's that? That's it. They're evil. You got one check engine light, you got that light on. They'll even fail you for an ABS light, which has nothing to do with the emissions.
No, they can't fail you for ABS because technically your brakes are.
They do around here.
You do? No. Well,
Oh yeah.
inspections used to be a lot worse because they could fail you for brakes. Now they can't fail you for brakes. Then they had the dynometer. I remember that when I was at the shop keeping floors. We had to do some to get some.
You know what don't make sense? You can run your brakes down to where they're almost touching the rotor and it'll pass. But if your ABS is on, they'll flunk you.
They're not supposed to fail you for ABS. They're not
There's
supposed
a lot of things they're not supposed to do, but they do it.
You could report them. That if you want to go that far.
I don't worry about it. But I love it how you go. There's one place you'll go in there. I could put a brand new set of wiper blades on. 5 minutes later, come out. Oh, it's all good, but you need wipers. Oh yeah. How come they're brand new and they're torn?
Yeah, like I said,
Because I took a video of you tearing them outside the door. They hate it because I stand right there. My stuff don't go in the garage unless I'm standing there watching them inspect it. I won't let them tighten it. Do
Uncle
nothing.
Ed, how do you guys do for state inspections? I mean, we can go on about how strict ours are, but how are you guys?
We don't have one.
What?
What?
We don't have one. We have no missions. We have none of that stuff.
No safety, no nothing.
Nope. The only thing they get rough on is my old Cummins likes to blow some smoke, and they'll write me a ticket for excessive black smoke.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. That was the only thing that I ever got messed with on emissions, and that we don't have none of that. We have no inspections that we have to go through. Anything we go DMV, get our plates. That's it. We're done.
So all you have is just
Just
a
like
registration.
Ohio.
That's it.
Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Ohio. Yes.
Yeah.
There's some counties that you have to do a e-check, but the counties we live in, no e-check. And actually, a lot of the counties are going away from them because a lot of the old cars are starting to not pass e-check, and they're losing tax money.
Oh, okay. So e-check is emissions. So what's an e-check for you guys?
They just stick a pipe in the exhaust and measure out the fumes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing it 70s style.
Yeah, but that was used when I was younger. When I first started, we used to stick it in the pipe, and then we have an old computer screen, and you'd have to match the computer screen. And if you missed it, forget it. But the good part was, if you were a good customer, right, we would take Uncle Ed's car, who's good, and we would just go, butt to butt, and plug it into the good car, because there used to be, remember that big camera that would face you, that would turn on every time.
Georgia,
Oh, man.
there's no inspection. Now let's be honest here. I mean, you guys would know better. Oh, I love Bug. You guys would know better. If some states are doing these inspections and some aren't, isn't it counterproductive then? What's the point? It's all going into the same atmosphere, the same ozone, correct? So then it's only money making. That's all it is.
But look at California. California is very strict. California is the worst.
Oh,
state.
it's a joke.
California is the worst state in the world. We can do without California. If you're from California.
Yeah, but you look at this. You go to Harbor and all them, and you buy something. What else comes with that? A kit to change the carburetor from the California emissions to regular.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I know. I think in Jersey, I think the state actually does the inspections and not an independent repair
Yes,
shop.
because when Winnie lived there,
Yep.
yes.
There's no emissions on 3/4 ton trucks here on emissions.
Mhm. And then also, if here's the funny part in Jersey too, you can't have a plug in your tire.
Yeah, no.
If you have a plug in your tire, you fail. No plugs, no
Yeah.
patches. Well, you could do a patch,
Blimey.
a patch. But if you have a plug in your tire, fail.
Yep.
Which is pretty wild. Every state is different. I feel New York, we're very strict, but seeing some of the work from other people, I kind of understand. There are a couple of vehicles on the road that shouldn't be that way. Some temporary repairs that became permanent, C-clamps for motor mounts.
Blimey.
It's pretty wild. We've seen a few things, especially when I was working at Sears. Our shop was in a not so great.
A low socioeconomic area.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think the worst thing I ever saw was a car fuse box, the old-fashioned look like bolt fuses, they call them, right?
Yeah.
Literally, so we put bolts in there instead of fuses.
Dangerous, man. That's a fire waiting to happen. But yeah, so I might do a couple videos on the Honda. You guys might see that come across, and I'll explain to you guys really how strict it is here in New York, and what we have to go through. And the crazy part is, I think there's a limit. I think let's just say you have a check engine light, right? I think if you spend anywhere from $800 to $1,000 to get that check engine light fixed, and it's still there, then you have a waiver fee till next year.
Right.
Then you have to spend that. Then you have to go through that dance all over again. So there is. They eased it up a little bit, but still, I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And
my truck wouldn't pass e-check and stuff right now. I got a bad O2 sensor on mine.
see now here's the thing: are you going to replace the O2 sensor, or are you going to space it out?
I'm gonna replace it because it's actually stuck.
Oh, you don't have a choice. Well,
It's when you plug it into the scan tool, it runs a flat line. It's not even fluctuating.
Yeah.
I like my 88 VW. I took a pipe right through that catalytic converter, hollowed it out, stuck it back in.
Yeah, so we
They
can
don't do emissions on anything from 96 up. 96 back, they don't have to have emissions.
yeah, it's just safety only. But even when
OB2.
I remember, I mean, it kind of sucked, but I had to fail a lady for seatbelts, when I was younger. Her seatbelts didn't click. But it just you never know. In New York State, they send bait cars out. You don't know who's who. And the state will come in and they'll send a car in there and there's stuff wrong with it on purpose. And if you pass it, you're in trouble and your shop's in trouble. And I remember when I used to, at the other shop, when we used to go butt to butt, all the other shops used to be in check with each other. And if we found a bait car, we would call each other up and let you know who's coming, who's in the area. We would have a list of what cars to look for. Okay, what we found with it in the past. When we worked at Sears, we were on our own. So, I mean, it sucked. You'd have to fail people for license plate lights. You don't have a choice. Meanwhile, if there's another shop, listen, you need a license plate light. You want us to take care of it. It's really not the end of the world. But this lady, her seatbelts in the back wouldn't lock up. But the crazy part is she had her kids in there.
Oh.
So I mean, on the other end,
You don't want to be caught with that.
you don't want to be caught with that. But they were candy wrappers stuck inside the seatbelt.
What?
Inside there is, we just got to pick. We pull them all. What the hell is that? Oh my god! But you don't know who's who. You don't trust nobody.
Dirty says my truck won't pass U.S. emissions. It needs injectors.
So I think
Do you know what code the Honda has?
Oh, so the Honda has a rocker arm code. I don't know what it is. It's like P0442. So even though you think rocker arm, like, oh, big deal, there's a thing called a VTEC solenoid in the back. And I don't know why it triggers a rocker arm code, but I know the VTEC actually opens up the valves for more power and stuff. But there's a screen behind there. If the person before me didn't change the oil enough, the screen gets clogged. So I just ordered a new sensor for $100. Start fresh. Excuse me. We're going to revert the car to royal purple now because I actually adjusted my valves last week. Maybe I'll post a picture on Instagram. You have to see how dirty this engine is, which is like phenomenal because on Hondas, if you don't change the oil, the cam lobes start to get chewed up and pitted. And mine aren't, but it's dirty inside. It definitely needs to be cleaned up. But yeah, I have that. What is the minimum tire requirement in the U.S.? Does it vary from state to state? Okay, so New York, it's 230 seconds. A car. Now, I'm brainwashed from work because we have state requirements, and then we have my company requirements on trucks. 430 seconds on our trucks. I don't know if that's state requirement or not, but our company policy is 430 seconds.
That's federal.
Okay.
You're getting a DOT check, you better be 430 seconds or above.
Yep. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Yep. So for
Years ago, it used to be 230 seconds on the rear and 430 seconds on the steer, but then they put it 430 seconds across the board.
okay, thank you for clarifying that. But what was this? Who asked
It's
that?
another thing people don't realize. I'm sure Twisted knows. If you get pulled in for a DOT inspection, you have a legal right to inspect that officer's patrol car, which I've done. I've gone in there and had him run his lights, and he said, "What the hell are you doing?" Yeah, I have, as a U.S. citizen, have a right to inspect your cop car for tread depth and lights and everything. I actually found a cop car with six lights out total between his fog and his running lights. And start writing yourself tickets there, prick. You want to do it to me? I'll be a prick right back. I get right in their face. And when I started doing that, all of a sudden my truck was good. You can go.
Nah, I leave that alone. So like I said, so Peter, New York. So cars like hers and mine, 230 seconds for state inspection. Mandingo is also 230 seconds because that's considered passenger. If I had commercial plates, it'd be at 430 seconds. But when we talk about 430 seconds, that is the bare minimum. So you have different parts of the tire, right? The bare minimum has to be, 4 or 2. You can have one that's high and one that's low. We're going by the lowest measurement because if your tire wear is not even. And then I think Uncle Ed and you guys are in Ohio. What is it for cars and what is it for trucks?
I think it's the 230 seconds.
It's for 2 for cars.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Thomas, he's in New Hampshire. He's saying 2. I see lots of Bull tires in Iowa. Yes. I still see lots of Bull tires. It's pretty wild. They'll come in for, a headlight or something. We need to check over their vehicle, and they don't care. They want nothing to do with it. They want to go back on the road and, go someplace else. So we just put a note, in our mind, and we put it in the system because let's just say, everything's computerized now. If Twisted comes into the garage for a headlight, okay, and then, later in the day or later on in the week, he has a blowout, and then the mechanic reports, listen, as they do their checking, this thing had no tread in the first place, we're going to get questioned and we're going to get docked. So we have to protect ourselves. No matter what you do for our shop, even if you come in and you want your truck washed, we have to do, a check through just because. Everybody's lawsuit happy nowadays, unfortunately. And also these trucks are 50, 60,000 pounds. That thing's a wrecking ball going down the street if you can't stop that thing. That thing's a wrecking ball.
Come on, Shelby.
What is the minimum?
And then we have my Nissan that keeps throwing a check engine light, even though there's nothing wrong with it. And then it doesn't go on when he looks at it. So now I've been taking photographs of the check engine light every time it comes on because it's due for a New York State inspection soon.
And will you buy her a car, you cheapskate?
Thank you.
Can I get a garage, please? Cheapskate.
Garage and a lease.
Hey,
Anyway.
hey, it's a catch-22. Yeah, got to keep the missus happy both ways. Just get her a new car. She might let you have that garage faster.
Yes.
No, we're not taking.
Yeah. Anyway.
No.
Who butters the bread around here? That's what I like to say. All right, gentlemen. I'd like to please just remind you about the giveaway. You're all here, so you're all entered into the giveaway. If you're watching the replay, all you have to do is comment that you are saying hello and you're entered. If you are commenting in the replay of how you got started on your hobby or your side hustle, then you are getting 2 additional entries into the giveaway, which is the 2 $25 Amazon gift cards. You can give one to the person who inspired you or keep them both for yourself, whichever makes your heart happy. All right, my friends, I hope everyone here has a fabulous 4th of July. However you're spending it, I hope there's a burger or some ribs or some liver and bacon pizza in your day.
Please be safe, please.
Oh, there is.
Remember how important each one of those fingers are. Please remember. Oh, Thomas has some advice. Christine, check the gas cap. Sometimes some of that will throw up the oh, sugar. Yeah, he doesn't think it's the gas cap. Remember, we are Twisted V. Are you going on today? What are you thinking?
I don't know, Ed. What do you think?
Sure.
He said sure.
Well,
I'll be there.
yeah, but there's going to be a lot of people here because today.
No, don't.
July.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll see you. We'll see you Sunday then.
Yeah.
Use a torch to light them fireworks. You don't even have to get near them.
So everyone can go over to Twisted for a barbecue today.
Well, that and birthday.
Whose birthday? Mark! Oh,
He's really old now.
Happy birthday, brother.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday,
Birthday to
Hi.
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Mom. Happy birthday to you.
You're gonna get away with that singing.
See ya.
Yay.
Have a good one, guys. It was good seeing you
And
guys.
tomorrow morning we'll see you at 10, small engine repair, 9 o'clock, and puller ed at 7 p.m. Love you all. Be safe
Take it
and
easy.
give away. And thank you.
All right, guys.
Take it easy, everyone.
Everyone.